Hi everyone and welcome. This is Francois from PC Training. Today's topic, change management. This is something that we can't avoid in business. It's something that we have to deal with on a pretty constant basis. So what I want to do is just in a very, very short presentation, touch on some of the topics that will impact how successful this change could be in your business. So let's start out with the facts then on change management. I'd like to lead it in with change is mandatory in business. You cannot avoid it. You are going to face scenarios where you have to change the way in which you do things. You may end up having to change a product line. Whatever that change is, you are going to be faced with that in business. The problem that you have as a business owner is that our natural tendency is to resist change. And this is not only as a business owner, but that comes from your employees as well. If you do not introduce this change correctly, they will resist that change, and that will hamper the success of this change that you are trying to introduce into your business. And this is why I say that we generally manage change badly. It's not because you intentionally do that. It's purely because of the pressure that you have as a business owner to adjust and to constantly monitor what the market is doing and how do you stay in business? How do you remain profitable in business? And that pressure that you have causes you to miss some of the implementation strategies that you should use when you implement change into your business. So then, before we move on, let's ask ourselves, what is change? Well, to put it simply, it's an act or a process that causes something to be different. So if you review a specific procedure that you have in place in your business and you see that the outcomes are not what you want, you're going to apply changes to that process that will alter the outcome. And that's what it's all about. That is what change is. Let's look at change and business then. And in particular, I want to focus on what causes you to have to adjust and have to make these changes in your business. And these could be your market trends. The market could shift and you need to adjust your business pretty quick to make sure that you keep pace with what the market demands are. The other one that you probably need to focus on is the product or the service profitability. Is it really profitable to continue with this product or this service? If there is a market for it, what changes do you need to make to actually market yourself better in that particular area? How do you make this a profitable proposition for your business? And the last one that I want to touch on is technology and the impact it has on your business and how quick you need to adjust to keep pace with this ever-changing technology. So these are the three areas that could have a massive impact on your business and how you need to adjust and change within your business to keep pace and to remain at the forefront with your clients. So now let's look at the urge we have to resist change. And why do we do that? Well, the first one is it takes us out of our comfort zone. You've got to understand that you have been doing something for a very long time in a specific way, and all of a sudden the business owner walks up to you and says, from now on, this is how we're going to do things. Immediately that puts you on the back foot because that's not what you're used to. And the way in which that was introduced makes you stand up and say, this is not going to work. I don't want to be part of it. The next one for business owners is the cost to implement. You've always got to look at what is it going to cost your business to bring this change into practice, and what return on investment are you going to get? And sometimes we get a bit overwhelmed by this cost of implementation, and that causes us to resist that change, and that could have a disastrous effect on our business. And the last one again is fear of failure. Generally, when things have been working reasonably well, you don't want to change it because that change is new, it's not proven, and that natural fear of it failing comes out, and that causes you to resist that change. So these are the three areas that we got to focus on when we look at change in a business, and make sure that we follow a proper strategy to make sure that we cover these areas and that we have a proven method in place to actually implement this change, to relieve this urge to resist. Take that away, get rid of it, and then take the business forward. Now, in this last section, what I want to do is just focus on the actual methods you need to follow when you introduce change into your business. And it all starts off with collaboration. Make sure that you involve your stakeholders that are going to be affected by this change. Make sure that they're involved, that they form part of the process. And this goes hand in hand with the second one, which is communication. You want to communicate the need for this change, the anticipated results that you could get from it. Sell that to your team or your employees. Make sure that they are on board with it, that they fully understand the need for this change. Show them the strategy that you've put in place to actually follow through on this change. And you've got to make sure that you cover everything in this strategy. Show them what the implementation stage is going to look like. How you're going to monitor this change. Once you do this, once you've got that team on board, you can actually get them to the point where they embrace this change, because now they were part of it. This whole process started off with the concept, with the collaboration and communication phases. You brought them on board. You walked them through the need. Together as a group, you developed the items that you identified needs changing. You've compiled a strategy, and now you are ready to move into implementation and monitoring. And this is vital for them as well, to understand that that monitoring stage is how you're going to track the impact of this change. Is it improving the process, or is it not? Do you need to make adjustments? So they need to understand that it's not something that you're going to throw on them and say, there you go, this is how we do things from now on. And when it doesn't work, you blame them. This is what they think is going to happen. As a business owner, you never want to do that. It was never your intention to do that. But if you don't communicate this to your employees, that's what sticks in their mind. So we need to make sure that you talk to them, you bring them on board with this entire process and make them see how this is going to be followed through. And when you hit your milestones, when you achieve those results, you've got to celebrate that with your team. Bring them back together and recognize the efforts that they put in to make this change a success. So, as I said, this is a very short presentation. We can't go into all of the details when it comes to change management in this. But I'm hoping that this gives you a bit of more of a feel for how to introduce change into your business. As always, if you want to know more and you need a bit of help or information, please feel free to contact me at PC Training, and let's have a chat and see how I can help you in your business to achieve success. Thank you for taking the time to watch.